I rather like the following quote from Zig Ziglar. It was character that got us out of bed, commitment that moved us into action, and discipline that enabled us to follow through. You have a choice, and although it's a simple one to make, it can be incredibly difficult to put into action. The choice is, will you or won't you? I told you it was a simple one. Let's say for the moment that you decide that you won't. And if that's what makes you happy, then good luck to you. But if you won't take action, then you'll have to give up on your dreams unless you win the lottery. And of course, your hopes, your ambitions. Making the decision not to take action is great if you don't want to take control of your life and if you're happy to accept what life gives you. On the other hand, if you're not, then you have to take action, because if you don't take action, then you will achieve nothing. Those who have made it to the top of their respective professions all share one thing in common. They had a dream, and they took action to achieve it. You know something? You could have the most brilliant mind in the history of the universe, but it's worthless unless you take action. It's great to have ambition. It's great to be able to dream. It's great to have ideas, but unless you act on them, they're worthless. I know only too well that it can be ferociously difficult to take the first step, and all too easy to talk yourself out of doing it. You can always do it tomorrow. And have you noticed how tomorrow never comes? By not taking action, you put all your hopes and dreams at risk. On the one hand, if you don't take the necessary steps to reach your goals, then you'll never attain them. On the other hand, not taking action could do serious damage to you. The damage that I'm talking about is what you'll do to your mind. Your mind is a wonderfully powerful thing, which is great when it works for you, but not when it doesn't. If you become used to finding excuses to not take action, then you'll reprogram your mind to accept that way of thinking as your status quo. Once you've reprogrammed your mind into a negative mindset, then it can be a nightmare trying to change it back. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is to not think about it, just do it. A technique which is especially useful with tasks that you loathe or that you find mind-numbingly boring. No matter what you're doing, once you start, you have momentum. And once you have momentum, you should be able to keep going until your task is accomplished or your goal realized. So, my friend, will you take action, or will you procrastinate your life away? Assuming that you intend to kick procrastination up the bahookie, your first step is to know what you want to achieve, because until you know what you want to achieve, then you won't have a focus for your action. When you know what you want to achieve, then make a plan. For such demanding tasks as taking the trash out, the sooner you do it, the sooner it will be done. When it comes to complex aspirations such as a project or your life plan, then you need to take a more studied approach. Creating a plan is simple. Work out what you need to do to achieve your goals, break everything down into easy accomplished steps. Remember to have a bit of leeway for those times that life develops a sense of humor. and drops a few challenges in your way. But apart from that, it's not that complicated. I know that it can be easier said than done, but essentially, all that you have to do is make a plan and follow it. When you look at a project or your life goals, it can be far too easy to look at the immensity of your undertaking and be scared off by it. The trick to achieving your goals is to move forward in such a way that you don't spook your mind. Because if you let your mind get spooked, then it will do its damnedest to talk you out of it. And given that it's your mind, you will listen to it and prevaricate and procrastinate your time away. By following your plan one step at a time, you will reprogram your mind into accepting taking action as your status quo. Every time you start a step, you will know that it's something that you can achieve. And every time you complete a step, your confidence will grow, as will the knowledge that you will achieve your goals. Given that it's much easier to deal with a task in manageable steps, you'll find it much easier to take action because you already know that you can complete the task. Did you know that there's nothing stopping you from taking action? Well, except for you, that is. Every moment that you procrastinate in taking action is a moment of your life that is lost forever. Maybe you did something positive in that lost moment, but because you delayed in taking action, it will take you longer to achieve your goals. If your goal was time sensitive, you might even have lost the ability to achieve your goal. The longer that you procrastinate in taking action, the more difficult it can be to begin. It's possible that you could have spent so long in coming up with excuses that your mind loses its edge and it becomes easier not to bother. Only you know the opportunities that you could lose by not taking action, and you need to ask yourself, is it worth sitting back and watching your life drift on by? In closing, I want to have a look at the quote that started off this video. It was character that got us out of bed. Now, you wouldn't be listening to this video if you're content to watch the world pass you by. You are someone who wants to change their life for the better. You have vision, you have purpose. You want to start your day because you know that it will bring you one step closer to achieving your goals. Commitment that moved us into action. You know what you want to achieve. You know what it will take for you to achieve your goals, and you will do what it takes to achieve them. And discipline that enabled us to follow through. We're all human, and you're only human, and regardless of who we are or what we do, we're all subject to a plethora of distractions. You might have a few wobbles along the way, but you value your goals more than just drifting through your days without sense or purpose. There is limitless power in every moment that you decide to take action. One single action could change your life forever. Not taking action could mean that you never achieve your potential, that you just spend your life just ambling along and wondering, what if? Please don't waste your time talking yourself into inaction. You have a life to lead, a potential to fulfill, so take action. Okay, my friend, until the next time, keep living.